Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Wolf, and I'm casting a game between Node, the blue Zerg, top right, versus his opponent, Azathoth, bottom left, red Zerg. He asked me to cast this game first, so I casted it second. Ha! Trolled you, brah. I have to say, you sent me 2 replays. One of them didn't work because you know what it needed to be?
You must be upgraded. Upgrading is compulsory.
Yeah, upgraded, so... I couldn't watch it very well. It didn't perform quite well enough. I mean, these are just right after patch, you guys can see. They are still working fine, but that one was a bit too old to upload very well. The let's see here, brain. Oh, guys, ready for a blast to the past here? You ready? Icefang has the memory of a fucking gigantic elephant wiener, and I remember back when I was a kid playing Halo at my father's apartment. Long story short, bros. Ooh, this thing looks like it's breaking. Not good. Long story short, my friends. Halo used to have you guys remember game demos? Back when you got games, you'd get game demos, and these demos you could play different games. Like, oh my god, 3.3 games in one. That's awesome. So besides 3.3 games, one of them was called, I can't remember what it was called. I need your help, guys. I probably could look it up, but that's no fun. It was probably called something like Forgotten Realms, and you played these characters that look kind of like the Avatar characters. You know, Avatar with, I don't know the name of the actors. I did see that movie, though. The Blue Guys. It looks like the Blue Guys. Don't want to look at that. Avatar, the movie with the Blue Guys in it. And, let's see. Trying to remember what it was like. There was the good guy, which you played, and there was kind of your father, or like the elder of your village, which was the, you know, the voice to guide you when you were growing up. And then there was like these shards, and these 8 shards of the elements or whatever it was got sent around the earth because the evil bad guy in the beginning killed your grandfather, or whoever he was, and went for the shards. So shards flew away. They're like, fuck this shit, we're out of here. And so the shards flew away around the map, and your job was to go grab them. I never had a chance to play that. That was just a video. But at the very beginning, the old guy floats up and he goes, Azathoth, stand down or something, blah blah blah, and Azathoth doesn't do it. So every time I see Azathoth in anime, I don't just think of an evil, like, actually this is the only thing I think about, but it has a lot of detail to it, so I thought there was 2 things. I see an Avatar guy with like a thick beard, and he's evil, and he's playing this Zerg. How's that, guys? Blast from the past. Other game that was included for video was Brute Force. I like that game. I played as the lizard dude. I'm like, I don't want to play as a fucking human or a chick, because chicks aren't exactly humans, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Now someday I'll have a girl subscribe to me, and she'll watch my videos, and she'll be like, fuck this guy, and I'm subscribed. But then that's only 1 subscription. As we know, there's no real ladies on the internet, just that weird she-male that Icefang dated when he was a kid. Moving on. Baneling's Nest, getting done for Node. I hope we didn't miss any action. I was really getting into that. I'm pretty sure we didn't yet. Spine Crawler's finishing for the D. And the spawning pool. So not much is going on for either player yet. You guys have seen what's going on here. I like to leave it up at the beginning, especially in mirror matches in the beginning, so you guys can watch. If I miss anything, I apologize, but I like to talk about stupid stuff at the beginning of the game. Metabolic Boost is working for Blue. Blue looks like he's going to try to do some aggression and then expand. Well, his opponent just expands. So it's Azathoth, the evil blue guy with the mustache's job to defend his base. Hopefully the boost kicks in though right before he gets there. There we go. Now I feel better. So, unfortunately, kind of bad burrow positioning, but he doesn't have. This is enough Zerglings to deal with this. He just needs to make sure he uses them correctly. And now that it's burrowed and he doesn't have speed, not the best spot to be in. I'd probably say you should try to abuse the speed. If I was in his position, and I'm not a Zerg player, I'd probably try to run up the ramp and go straight for the drones, straight for the throat, or the roach warren if you can hit that. I mean, going in and hitting this can be a lot, especially since they lose the drone and the larva it took to create it. So, but we do have a lot of Zerglings. I think they're going to try to run up the ramp. Oh my god, I could be a Zerg player. And he turns around. Ugh. Getting a good surround though, nice. Except for there's a spine crawler going like, match. Okay, it's out of range apparently. That doesn't look like that's out of range, but whatever. Range 7, 8, 7. So he did deal with it. The Queen was enough to deal with it. You can see how Speedlings are very effective on the offense, but on the defense they're a lot less effective against other Zerglings if you can catch them in good positions. If Noda ran up there and went for the drones and like sniped a Queen with the Zerglings, it would actually been more effective. So Moved in a better position. Now he's moving in. Now he's hitting Zerglings. I just don't feel good about this. I mean, Zerglings don't cost a lot. I mean, he's doing a good job with this, but, you know, Azathoth, the evil blue guy with the mustache, has an expansion ahead. I mean, Blue's just finishing expansion, but he's got all these larvae available to him, and he's able to keep holding back these Zerglings. Now he's got the drones fighting for him, so and he's also got speed for his own Zerglings. He's got enough Zerglings here to take care, to clean up, everybody clean up. Oh, he's going to use the last real fast. Hopefully he doesn't lose that queen. That'd be really big. Yes, saved his queen. No, he didn't. You're like, fine. Okay, so didn't save the queen. Anyway, red is behind 250 resources. I dropped that. I hope I didn't click any buttons. Probably should stop playing with myself again. He dropped 200. He dropped 250 resources. He got his expansion out faster though, so sometimes there's a little bit more to resources than just resources. His expansion is done, so I'd have to say that kind of came out even that way, except for, you know, it has Banelings. And now if he doesn't attack at just the right time or controls units well enough, he's behind in Zerglings too, and Banelings are so good for dealing with Zerglings. Let's go back to the production tab. You guys like that? Layer coming down for Blue. So I have to say Blue is probably in the lead now. With the Banelings out at his availability, he's kind of in the lead. Compare though to Red. Red has roaches, and Banelings don't do shit against roaches. I read. Same spelling. Fuck you guys. If this was written, if you, the one guy that writes this down and like writes it in his notebook, it's spelled the same. So some guy millions of years later would be like, read. I'm like, doesn't make any sense. I don't know why they use the same word twice there. It doesn't make any sense to me. Creep tumor is being built. Let's take a look at that, guys. Double click, triple click, infinite click. Hey. Gonna go ahead and start jamming now. Jamming it up. You guys still haven't heard 2 of the sounds on my Doctor Who thing I keep playing with because I'm an idiot. Let's, okay. Oh man, I don't have my 6-sided dice right here. Play some D&D, so I got dice rolling around. Ha! Funny. Gotta know when to roll them, gotta know when to not roll them. Red, finishing his lair. Iceman getting back in the game, enjoying his little blast to the past. Monty, we gotta get back to 1985! I used to think I did a pretty good voice impression, but you know, as soon as I do a cast with his voice in it, it doesn't come out well. Probably because I don't know why. And let's see the damage here. Blue node is falling back. And that's why Banelings are getting Zerglings. Now, Blue doesn't have quite the advantage because Red's got roaches to fight Zerglings and Banelings, but not that many. And so I still give the advantage to Blue because he's getting Aspired. Mutalisks are really good for containing. There's not much you can do against Mutalisks as Zerg. You can get Hydralisks, sure, and if you got Infestors, you can kill them, but you still have to be on the defensive to kill the Mutalisks. So we got him going for a Blue expansion. Node's doing a good job here. Red, like Node versus Red. Wow, I'm mean. Now we got Red going for the Infestation Pit to get Infestors or Hive, which are both not very logical choices. I can't say I would agree with making or getting the Infestation Pit right now, but you know, he's a Zerg player, I am not. So, but I would expect to see pretty fast Groove Spines upgrade and a Roach is exactly what I expected to see. Probably the other gas is the big thing. He needs that gas. Why is it red? That's cool. You guys gotta admit, most things are kind of cool to look at sometimes. There's a hole here. Probably action we should look at, but ole, ole, the frame rate go down. Destructible rocks. A barrier that can be destroyed to allow access to new areas. I don't know what kind of area this is, but if you guys notice, the things on it are moving, so I wouldn't be attacking rocks that have living fungus in them. Plus 1 air weapons being done and 8 Mutalisks, so if Blue uses Mutalisk wisely, he can push his advantage that he has into a new height. You guys feel that? A new height. I feel very sexy right now. And one of the subscribers is like facepalm, the other one's like masturbating right now, and I'm like, yeah. Dancing. It's kind of getting cold in here. I'm just like, I'm totally getting in the mood, the gaming mood. I wish I could sing. I can't sing. Gotta think about it. I don't sing on cast, so that's just not nice to you guys. Control Shift F. Let's follow them Zerglings. Do 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 do. Now, if Blue uses Mutalisks wisely, which will Control Follow F them, he can contain the opponent's Zerg player and expand. Nice. If he uses them unwisely and they die in combat to Hydralisks, well, then he can't do any of the things I just said he could do. Expand freely. Who doesn't like expanding? Imagine every game if you started off with an expansion. That'd be sweet. And no probes. And no minerals. I'd lose every game, probably. Except if I could chrono boost them. That was an accident. Now, why is he focus firing roaches? This is horrible Mutalisk usage right here. He's trying to just win with them. I can't tell you why he's doing this. Roaches are extremely resilient to their attacks. Fungal growth is really good against them, Mutalisks. And Hydralisks are like the best unit to fight a Mutalisk head-to-head, except for probably Infested Terran, which just spawned. So he uses these Mutalisks in a head-on battle, and I have to say that overall he's kind of doing okay. Mostly because he's got a little too heavy on the roaches, which isn't his fault. He didn't know that there's that many Mutalisks coming. He has expanded, but it's not worth the cost anymore. Looking at the units lost, so we can see that Red's lost a lot, yeah, but let's look at the units before I make that assumption. 9 Mutalisks, 1 Baneling. That's what I'm talking about. He's macro filling at this point, getting another in-base hatchery, D, and a lot more Zerglings would actually help out his cause. He lost a lot of Mutalisks there. He expanded. So he kind of traded an advantage for another one. Now we see Azathoth, the evil blue avatar guy with the mustache beard thing going on, evil goatee. He's attacking. You know what he's doing right now? He's just fucking killing. And then what is this? Do not ever fly Mutalisks unaided against Hydralisks, Marines, or whatever unit we use. Phoenix. You never, ever, ever do that. They just don't. I mean, they're good units and they're fast if you use them well. They're very. They can have the feel of overpowered. There's nothing you can do about really good micro Phoenix or Mutalisks, as well as many other units that can be well microed. Well, I'm glad you made more Mutalisks. You know what I could really use here? Well, let's see. I don't know. Fungal growth, Banelings. I already have Banelings available to me. I'll just make more Mutalisks. Yeah, Mutalisks are fast, but they're just not as good as Hydralisks at dealing with each other. I mean, in a fight versus each other, yeah, Hydralisks are just gonna go fucking kill him. There goes the expansion. When you kill your opponent, make sure you don't kill yourself. I've learned that the hard way from firing a two-sided gun. You know, probably would help Banelings, and we're gonna sing a song about Banelings now. Oh, say, can you see Banelings explode? I don't like that song. And go Husky fanboy that has a big problem with me not liking Husky. Sorry, I don't like him. You know what though? If you got a problem with that, I'm just so sorry to hear that. Great use for the Baneling, making love to that roach. Here we go. Okay, good spread by Azathoth, making those 2 Banelings kind of completely worthless. I don't think Note is feeling too hot right now. He's thinking, yeah, I just mad Mutalisks. Well, that's probably one reason. Let's take a look at Red. Okay, ZvZ, ITV, macro fail. I like that expression. I'm going to use it until, you know, the flow of time changes what I say. If you ever get lost, click A down, A, right down, A. Name the song, guys. A down, A, right down, A. Do, 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 do. Gotta say good things about this. Sniping and falling back, not letting the Zerglings get an easy surround. I like that. Putting himself next to a tech structure too? Yeah, sure. Why wouldn't you want that? Oh man, I want to actually look at something. Anyway, centrifugal hooks. If he actually got this when he saw Hydralisk coming, got centrifugal hooks, and got Banelings, he could probably dealt with this a lot easier, or possibly dealt with it at all. And there he's getting a roach warren. I don't know why exactly. Macro filling to the extreme. I don't know what he's doing anymore. Blue's kind of like peeing his pants. But anyway, you got your Hydralisk in a good position, and you got him next to a tech structure, and that's a good thing against Zerg. I mean, you probably only have one of that structure, so killing the Baneling Nest, or killing, even the Extractors can be a good hit. Spire, definitely, except for when you, like, mass Hydralisks, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Roach Warren, bases, and now we got just Zerglings. God, ZvZ. Hydralisks scare the shit out of me. Even though they're like worse than Marines overall because of cost, I have to say Hydralisks scare me. This is a great position here. There's just too much for him to accurately deal with, but I have to say that when it came out to that, let's look at the units lost. Red is probably, yeah, 2,000 elite. That's probably more like win-win right there. By win-win, I mean we win. Yo, Doug, it's getting cold in here. It's getting cold. My nipples are getting all hard, guys. You want a picture? I'm gonna post the pictures. Every time I talk about something that was a reference to the past, I flash it to you guys. You guys have never noticed it, but my filters, the right here, my filters I put on the screen, I'll flash it for like 1 frame. I'm like, my nipples are getting hot. And there's a picture of like a naked guy with nipples that are hard. He's like, yeah. Never. I'd never subliminally advertise you guys by Travelocity. It's not good for me to do that for you guys. Travelocity is good. I like using Travelocity because it's a good system to use by Travelocity. Now I'm getting sued by so many people. Travelocity and then Doctor Who, whatever the other one was the last video. The roaches are doing okay. But you know what? Marines are so good. I mean, Hydralisks. There is one thing about Terran that annoys me. I'm going to say it straight up. Marines are almost completely better than Hydralisks due to cost. But Hydralisks are tier 2 units. And they cost 2 supply and more resources. And they have to have an upgrade to be really effective. Yeah, you guys can see why that would be mathematically annoying to me. My Zealots are awesome, but they don't win the game by themselves. Hydralisks can do that if you mass up enough of them. Marines are tier 1 units, damn it! Sorry, I had a freak out there. We're going to go ahead and relax and listen to the whooshing noise. Here we go. Let's take a moment to relax, guys. It's probably going to push out as soon as it ends. Ooh, engaging! Engage! Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the U.S. Enter. He didn't have the upgrade. Kind of cool if he did have the upgrade. That would have completely changed it. But unfortunately, he's pulling the roaches back into a concave. And the roach is like, gonna keep following that one guy in the back. He's like, oh, swim faster. He's like, with my... Wish you guys could see me like wiggle my body like a gigantic sexuous slug. Flash a picture of it by Travelocity. Hurry, run! And you know what would really help here? Mutalisk. You know why? He's expanded all over the fucking place. If you had those 10 Mutalisks alive still, you could deny these, kill probes, drones, whatever they're called. God, you make me cry. Sometimes I even amaze myself. Fame! Oh, well, guys, I do believe that this game will be over in probably about a minute. Maybe or maybe not. I don't know who's going to win this game. I can't tell you for sure who's going to win this game. Fool! Oh, I might have just gave away the ending, but I might have done an awesome plot twist. Or I could just be lying my teeth out. You guys never know. Love how the Overlords are just all hanging out. They're like... You know, Overlords kind of have those claw things going on. I bet they could hold like a little... cup of a little triangle of water, you know, from a water cooler, and they all just sitting around the hive. The hive poops out some water for them, and they sit around. And they're like, why are these guys losing so well? Hydralisks extra damage per second on the back of these roaches taking all the damage. It's like Roach versus Roach, except for Red's half of his roaches aren't getting hit; they're just doing a shit ton of damage. It's like if half your roaches do this much damage and half of the roaches do double that, would you want the roaches that do double that in the back or the front? Probably the back, because they'll live longer. Unfortunately, this isn't Magic Happy Land, but I do believe Red has won this game. I also believe that Noda's going to rage quit like a bitch. You know, I can't guarantee they rage quit. Maybe sometimes, maybe he has like a plan up his sleeve. I was trying to say Treve. Plan up his sleeve. Maybe he was going to win that. Maybe he's just accidentally disconnected. But I like to think that he went like, me not his name! He slammed his keyboard really hard. Sorry to bother you guys. Thank you for watching my channel, and if you haven't checked it out, make sure you check out StarCraftCentral.net, please. It is good for you, good for me. We all benefit. See you guys later, Gators.